All right, greetings everybody, and welcome to week number 8. That is right, week number 8 of your 9407 class, which is your intellectual freedom class. As always, I'm your professor, Dr. Jace K. Austin, and what we are going to do this week is a quick state of the course update, and then I am going to share what I do feel is something of an intellectual freedom issue related to a little free library. So we are not actually talking about a practicing librarian here, but still somebody who wanted to make information accessible to other people. And I am going to, just soapbox. It's not going to take too long, and the state of the course update is also going to be quick. So this should be a check-in video that's 20 minutes or less, just like last week. And that is the best practice, is to try to keep them brief, or at least concise, but I don't always do that. So let's go ahead and get into that state of the course update. It is October the 14th as I am recording, so we've got a few of these to X out of. And so here is what's on the horizon. You have a sync session on November the 4th, so that is coming up. That will be our library neutrality panel. After we, prior to that, you really, the main thing that I want you all to be concentrated on is your Banned and Challenged book report, which is going to be due on October 26th. That's going to be a week from this coming Sunday. Again, you're going to have your banned book report a week from this coming Sunday. And I am going to go into that real quick. So again, it's due on October the 26th. And what I want you all to see is basically, well, let me just go over it real quick, because this is one of the big things that I want you all to keep in mind. Try to keep your essay between 500 and 1100 words. And you can say a lot in 1100 words, folks, trust me. But what I want to do, this is a discussion board prompt in part because, as I mentioned before, this is peer-to-peer learning. So after everybody has put up their banned or challenge book report, what we're going to do from there is on your own time. But that discussion board prompt is going to be available for the rest of the semester. So I do want you all at some point this semester to, and it can be like Thanksgiving break or whenever you have a chance, but at some point this semester go in there and just look at the work that your classmates did. And that is a great way to learn about these banned and challenged books and everything. Okay, so that is the big thing that is on the horizon for you all, and outside of that is mostly discussion board prompts, and then again that November the 4th sync session. That's also something that we've got going on. So that's pretty much it. State of the course update. I am getting caught up on grading, and I think you all are doing a wonderful job in the discussion board, so don't even worry about that. It all looks gravy, baby. It all looks gravy, baby. So let's go ahead from here. Now that we've done the state of the course update, let's go ahead and just take a little look at this issue that I'm talking about related to the little free library. And again, this is something that I should be able to talk about this in 10 minutes tops. And from there, so this should be like a 15-minute check-in video, which, I wish I could make them all that short. But, Dr. Jace has a lot to say sometimes. So what has happened here, and you're gonna have to actually just watch this video because there's no text. But what has happened here is this lady, Christine McCarthy, she put up a little free library on her property in this neighborhood in Idaho. And what the homeowners association did was they turned around and they decided that it was a violation. A violation of their bylaws, and you can watch the video and get the specifics on how the bylaws were violated with this little free library that she had erected on her property. And she did end up having to take it down and remove it, and from there she moved it onto her porch. And she's trying to fight back. And one of the things that I wish would happen, one of the main things that I did want to say about this, is that I wish this was one of those situations where we were able to just kind of amplify this situation more, because somehow I am wondering, and again, I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not going to know, and even if I were a lawyer, I wouldn't be a practicing lawyer in Idaho, so I still wouldn't know. But I do feel that this homeowners association's rule still may be impending upon her rights to free speech and free expression, and that's something that I wish some group like perhaps the ACLU, this is something that the ACLU should be involved with, because quite frankly, I don't see how, first of all, I agree with one of the things that she says toward the end of the video. One thing that Christine says toward the end of the video is that she feels that this is more about power and control than it is about enforcing the bylaws of the homeowners association. And certainly, and I'm buying a home right now, or I've got a mortgage. I'm living in a home that I am hoping to buy. And the thing with that is, like, I've had dealings with my homeowners association, and then also my mom has had dealings with her homeowners association. And one thing that I do think happens is, I do think a lot of these homeowners associations are full of the people who are active within them. I think tend to be busybodies, and it could just be my own bias, since I am a librarian myself and I support people being able to access books for free and being able to share information and everything. But I do wonder, what really was this homeowners association's motive? Like, what did they fear was going to happen? Did they fear that there was going to be a slippery slope? You put up this little free library, and then other people are going to want to put up other structures that are less appropriate or something, or are they really just sticklers for the rules? I've seen where some homeowners association people will be straight up sticklers for the rule, to the point where you just wonder, do these people have lives? Because they are spending so much time on homeowners association enforcement, then it makes you wonder if they have anything else better to do. But on the same token, there are those homeowners associations as well that aren't as active in everybody's business. And so I am wondering, what was the motivation? That's really all that I really want to know, is what was the motivation? Were you really trying to enforce rules, or were you bored and this gave you an opportunity to flex power? And that is something else that I think a lot of this, I'm going to put this back into something that I think I see with a lot of people when they start challenging, like, library materials or library events or things of that nature. I think that is also, again, an issue of control. I think that these people they care very little about enforcing rules. I think that, again, it's mostly about having some sort of false sense of power and exercising that power. Okay, and so, again, I say all that just to say that when I was watching this video, this really, really baffled me, because I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, no, this lady is she's just out here, she's just out here trying to share information in that free little library, that structure in her yard. To me, that's no more imposing than, for instance, if you were to plant a tree in your yard, or to have a fancy mailbox, a fancy bigger mailbox, which I'm sure there's some of those in that community. To me, it's no different than having, like, one of those little slides or something. No, I know you can, my daughter has one. I know you can fold those slides up and put them in your garage or somewhere like that. But still, a lot of people just leave, like, little slides or little playground equipment in their yards, and and that's okay. So again, I'm just wondering what this homeowners association's problem is and why they had to come down on her for this. And I don't think that it was about enforcing rules. I do think it was about some sort of power trip. So with that said, I do hope that I would love to see, like, the library field start a GoFundMe, like some organization within the library field, the Office of Intellectual Freedom, maybe even, start a GoFundMe for this lady, have her, help her get some money so that she can actually retain a lawyer that can go to bat for her on this issue as if it's a First Amendment issue. That's really something that I hope can happen here. So I just wanted to share that. Again, I know this is kind of, just random spitboxing and everything, and not that long of a check-in video, which probably needed a shorter check-in video. But yeah, this was something that caught my eye, and I just figured I'd share it very quickly. We will probably have something a little more meaty and hefty next week. But until then, I am Dr. Jace, and I do think that homeowners association making her remove that free little library was quite the disgrace. I hate it. Grace, disgrace. My rhyme is in. I can go to sleep, and I will see y'all later and in the discussion boards. Take care.